Yes, so basically we will discuss anything related to the introduction of our podcast. So it's Cali Manila Chronicles, uh, Chismis at Recuerdos, the podcast.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So this is the first episode. Just will be introduction. Uh, so what do you think? What do you think, bro? Okay ba? Okay ba to?
I think so. Paano ba nag-start to? I think pwede nating start with how did this podcast idea come to life? Um, maybe whoever's listening, how did we even reconnect?
Oh yes,
Uh,
yes. Well, it really started when siguro when we're having this discussion moving forward that we wanted to continue communicating each other in terms of like what's going on with we're in two different hemisphere. Iba yung mas magandang term. Basta nasa
Hemisphere.
magkabi. But ayun, mas sobrang layo natin sa isa't isa, but we want to catch up time to time. And while
Yeah.
catching up, why not record it? Tapos at the same time we catch up with our friends, whether it's our classmates nung or batchmates nung elementary because doon naman tayo nagkakilala. And then some of our friends. Now we
Yeah.
want them to like reminisce, chismis, and then at the same time, ma-recognize din natin sila
Yes.
when in their fields because hindi naman lahat artista, di naman like successful businessman, but I mean most of our friends, classmates, batchmates, and colleagues now we could invite to our podcast is at the same time we could parang like i ipagmalaki natin sila.
Yes.
Ipagmalaki natin
Yes.
sila in their own fields. So maybe it's a doctor friend, or maybe it's a nurse, or having a successful business, or they just doing good at their own field. And it's just our platform na chumichika na tayo without hurting anybody or hitting anybody. We could discuss anything. Maybe it's related to politics or anything to friendship or anything na nangyayari in terms of adolescence,
Yeah.
whatever that we feel that basta like we're hoping na it has a flow as we go along on
Yes.
each episode. Hindi siya like stuck like babago-bago. I mean, we could pivot in teams, especially if there's like a new what's going on. Like for example, in November, U.S. election. So ano, and then we could talk about ano yung nangyayari in between. What happened when we were in elementary, multiple choice, sino-sino yung mga secretaries of different agencies, uh, na kay bakit ba 'to kailangan alamin. Uh, and then, the recent changes in the past that we've encountered, and then is it really good or is it bad? These progress. I mean, that's we could take her, and probably we could insert some. We will improve as we go along.
Yes.
Hindi naman siya. But yeah, how about sa'yo? Ano yung take mo with this? Come with it.
Yeah, I think catch up lang talaga to. Catch up, but it's a way of learning from both sides. So I don't think we get to introduce ourselves.
Mamaya, mamaya,
I'm
go lang,
calling,
go.
yeah.
Introduction
So
to. So, wala sa ilang
introduction
makakilala.
eh. So parang
Sama, no?
yun nga, parang walang introduction, di ba? Like
Then,
where
okay,
are we?
let's
So
introduce
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
Yes.
I think importante yung introduction to give a context as to why we're doing this, diba?
Yes, yes.
Um, so I'm calling from California, from Los Angeles, California. Uh, but right now I'm calling from Las Vegas. I'm coming here for uh, for a work trip. But normally I will be based in Los Angeles, California. Um, so for me, and I know si Sean nasa Manila, Philippines. Therefore Cali, Manila. Um, but yeah, my take on this, I think over the years, we've known each other, what, 20 years now? Over 20 years. And
Yes, yes. Apparently, like more than 20 years. Siguro
yeah,
mga, yeah, something like
since
that.
grade two. Grade 2,
Yes,
so
yes.
8 pala yun. 8 years old ang grade 2, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, over, ano na tayo,
20
over,
plus,
more than
yes.
20 plus years. And I think since then, always been good friends, kind of in passing through classrooms. Pero always a good conversation throughout various stages of life. Um, and I think what connects us, what kept us connected, is you would visit family here in the States, and then for some reason, anytime na nandito ka, nakikita tayo, catching up over food, family, and just life, you know. Um, and I think so. What I'm looking forward to is, first, we're going through both next stages of life, but I wanna learn from you. Ano bang nangyayari sa Manila, and um, how can we connect our learnings from Manila and California to make a difference? Like, it's this knowledge exchange, diba? Like,
Yes.
how do we use it so that it helps both? Uh, I, I think for me, my passion in life is to uh, make a make an impact in the Filipino community, whether here in the States or in Manila. And I think we have an opportunity here. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yes.
Um,
Well, I
yeah.
would say I cannot give any impact with the American community.
You don't know
but
that
but
yet.
but we'll see. We'll see. But
Yeah, yeah,
we're I'm looking forward to this because I want to get more insights of what's going on anything related, and I know for a fact that in terms of like ito yung very politic word, like it's bipartisan. I know na
hmm
you're very curious on what's going on. You really, ako rin, I'm very curious on what's going on here. And I'm free to share that and ano yung nangyayari on both sides, on even the
yeah,
third side or if there's a fourth side. We
yeah,
tend to know it more and hindi tayo, I would say, ay hindi tayo trying to be on just one side uh,
yeah,
because we all want to know both sides and hindi naman yun like just taking sides. It's just we as both kaya tayo siguro mas naging close and lagi tayo try to once we meet parang even though matagal tayo din nag-usap for a time pero pag nag-catch up tayo parang wala parang it's just yesterday.
yeah,
uh, so, but probably because on how we think on what's going on in life and how we pursue things. So parang feel ko doon. At the same time, we have really the same situation. You have a older brother and I have an older sister in the same school, pero hindi sila magka-same na batch. But,
hmm
frankly, like, magkakilala in certain ways. Parang
yeah,
ganun,
yeah, yeah.
similar. And then, for some reason, um, tayo yung parang supervisor ng, I would say, sasabihin ko, supervisor nung batch, nung grade 6. Frankly, like, grade 5, grade 6. Like, si Arvin nasa star section yan sa St. Mary's. Uh, parang like, usually the image is hindi yan nalalapitan, hindi yan nakakausap. Tapos bigla nakikita mo every section, humihinto yan, kinakausap niya yung, tapos ganun, I think, ay, ganun din ako. Like, it's a friend for all. That's why probably we
Yes.
have lots of friends. And we have like, I mean, meron tayong like closest friends on our own circles nung panahon na yun. But
hmm
like, we're friend for all. Like, oh, okay, friend to madaling kalapitan, like, usap saglit, biglang hindi yung usap saglit maging 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yes.
It's really cool. And we want to like, when we discuss this moving forward, when we go for it and we invite people, we try to connect everything and then, what we can learn from it moving forward. Is it really good or like, and then we also, uh, try to suggest way things now because we are on the next stages of our lives. Uh, Again, for those who are listening, and hopefully, it's just a introduction episode. Uh, na the we love to talk, but at the same time, we want to get in the minds of each other and then do sa mga magiging guests natin moving forward and try to apply it. But at the and also, sa tingin ko rin, Arvi could share yung what we have been through and
Yeah,
like yung on your life and my life in terms of uh, kasi di naman like it's always ups and downs, there's always challenges. And
yeah,
maganda rin pag-usapan natin yung nangyari in between, from elementary to, you go into college, I mean high school, college, and then moving forward when you're working. Um, we cannot disclose something
sure.
related to work, but
Yeah,
uh, we can probably share some of our learnings and what, uh, right now, there's the Gen Z, there's the new Gen Y, uh,
hmm,
and pwede natin pag-usapan na what's with them, ano yung challenges and what we have experienced because I think sarap pag-usapan nun yung ini-install natin when we arrive on a time where we are now starting to work. I think nandun pa yung certain traditional way, I would
yeah,
say, because around that time, let's say 2014. I mean, 2014 is just start of the Facebook era, Instagram era. I think it's just starting. So everyone started to learn new advancements of technology. But kaya medyo traditional pa. So,
yeah,
uh, and then you go past after 2014, nandun na yung speed, yung adaptation. So, it's really good. Probably we could discuss one episode just that. Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
kaya it's really good. It's really good. Oh,
Yeah, totally. I think they imagined it in this podcast. I know we call it chismes and recuerdos. Yeah, I think you make a good point. Yung memories natin as growing up in an age where advent pa lang ng internet. Tapos
yes.
na-experience natin. I mean, sa school, di ba, natuto tayong gumamit pa lang ng Microsoft Word, gumawa ng
Mm,
webpage,
yeah.
tapos paano matutong gamitin ang internet overall. And then here we are, we have a new generation that's digitally native na parang sa kanila ang internet is it's already there.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yes. Yes.
we have
Totally
an
agree.
interesting experience of how do we bridge that when our kids grow up? How do we teach them a little bit about like oh yeah we had to do some book reports on actual books
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
bago internet like I think it's a different experience and I'd love to unpack that a little bit like how do we the internet is a great thing but how do we show appreciation uh, to like books
Yeah.
to
I
like
agree.
resources that were available prior to the internet. Uh, so yeah, excited to talk about that. I know I'm sure we'll find some friends who we can talk through those topics. Um, yeah,
I think
we'll
another
unpack it.
thing na gusto na pag-uusapan probably in the next upcoming episodes is will be um he's from Cali, so my relatives are from Boston.
Yeah.
So there's a rivalry there. so hindi ako magpapatalo and I know my Boston is the defending champions. So
Hmm.
I pretty much I really want to have the discussion in terms of the basketball part, but at the same
Yes,
time
yes.
I want to share some relates to like baseball, sports here, the achievement right now, like with Shohei, bigla na, uh, I want to showcase that. Like parang, hindi man siya, I mean, not everyone knows baseball here, probably because
Yeah,
it's a basketball country. But ang sarap pag-usapan din nun because it's really hard. Those sports is somewhat, oh, somewhat, I think, very achievable for Philippine sports. It's just
Yes.
really, really like a basketball avid fans. Like we bleed basketball here. But if you could like introduce new sports, whether it's individual or teams, uh,
Yeah.
maybe that's where we could lead. At the same time, then Arvin, I'm already starting to do Medium.com. So I'm trying to write uh,
Mm,
and publish some articles, and we could use them such as a topic that we could discuss, and then um, and also then some viewers natin, we're not doing it, so it will be recorded. Ito recorded to, sasabihin ko na, it's an ad free podcast, so uh we're not inserting anything in relates with the uh ads, ads from YouTube,
yes.
but if we have, if we need to support anything, if we have startups na napag-usapan na namin ni Arvin, we will showcase it here, but probably it's not like you're gonna watch it for like a minute or two. Syempre it will be just short clip.
Yeah.
Uh, and if you have friends as well, if we have friends as well, now we really love their products and services, and we want to boost them, mas makilala sila, whether it's in US, any state in US, for just and for in the Philippines as well. Why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah. I agree. Honestly, I'm just excited to use this podcast to amplify our friends, especially from elementary school. Like,
Even our
nakikita ko yung
teachers,
mga,
Arvin, sana ma-invite natin,
yun
di
nga
ba?
eh. That's right. That's right.
Kasi
Yeah. Nakakatuwa yung progression ng friends natin over the years. Like, uh, whether big or small, yung accomplishments nila is
yes,
noteworthy, and it's just great to see, like, remember them as kids, us as kids, and then seeing those initial passions, and then now they're doing the things that they want to do, whether it's doctors, artists, or chefs, all
yeah.
different types. And yeah, excited ako makausap sila ulit. I think this is our way. This podcast is really our way to reconnect with them. And then if it amounts to something, all for it. But yeah, the whole purpose is uh, catching up and then reuniting with them, and amplifying their platform to do more good. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Well, what do you think more that we could showcase moving forward? Like, what's the long term, aside from like you can see from this podcast? I know this one will be plain, short and sweet because it's just an introduction episode. Uh,
Yeah.
but ano yung nakikita mo in terms like what we could do moving forward with this podcast? Do we, do you want to discuss anything aside from reconnecting? Ano yung passion mo right now that you want to discuss, like that we could have like multiple episodes? Yeah, let's start with you.
Sure. Sa akin, my passion really is in food. So ako
Mhm.
nasa food industry. So um, my goal for I think my dream, my vision in the future is I'd love to be able to use a Filipino ingredient and then bring it here to the States. And make it really popular. So I know ube right now is blowing up in the States. Everyone's using ube, but they're using it in a different way that you know, that I was used to like eat or drink growing up.
Yeah.
Like ako, sanay ako ube halaya. Here they've been using ube in drinks. They've been using ube in almost everything. I think it's more for color. So I'm all for it. I love to see ube and to hear people pronounce ube or in various ways. It drives me nuts, but I'm happy that they know it, even for at least for now. I want to see calamansi. calamansi is so native to us. And there are so many other ones. So right now, I've been learning mixology, so
Mm.
bartending and mixology, and I've been seeing all these bartenders create new cocktails that feature various liqueurs or wines. And, um, like nakikita ko na ngayon lampanog dumadating na sa States.
Oh,
And I want to
wow.
see, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I want to see more of those products like tapoy. I I'm seeing. I've been watching a lot of um what's his name? Erwan
Ah,
Yusuf's
Erwan Yusuf. Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
know.
love his content. His content on YouTube is probably the most well done documentaries that I've seen right
Mm-hmm.
now. I think his he kind of comes from the same passion of just wanting to showcase more. And he's been very honest about things that he doesn't know about, and he digs deeper to learn more.
Yeah.
So, I think a dream for me if we could invite people like him, people that are doing good things in the Philippines right now to showcase more about Filipino products, the culture, just showcasing the culture that is more than what's in Manila. I want to showcase
Yeah.
like my parents or my mom is from Pampanga. I know Pampanga's having a resurgence in being a
Yes. Yes.
food capital, but
But
I know some people hate that term of food capital, but I think there's just different food areas in the whole Philippines that could use that exposure to, and I want to hear from people. So the dream for
yes.
me, I think, with this podcast is, of course, it starts off with our friends, and then eventually, I'd love to have our friends invite a guest that is in the industry too that we could all learn from. And that would be, I think, yun na yung connection natin. How do we amplify more outside, and then hopefully more connections come out of that, and then we can bring in more people to share and learn.
That's really great. If we connect, parang it's like a web. We keep on connecting and connecting and invite people, and then it help you, get more ideas and how you can perceive
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, okay, I think this is the best product, or keep on experimenting as you go along. And I hope the podcast will help you in that, to like, accomplish that uh goal. So
Yes.
on my
So, naman,
end,
yeah.
I think, sa tingin ko, bro, it's more on just providing the platform for everyone na we want to open their ideas and minds. Like, kasi ako parang, I'm on the phase, well, on the past 10 years, I would say, I keep on thinking something that I could think na magiging revolutionary siya. I keep on suggesting to my ate, to my sister na, ate, I think this will be good. Itong idea na to, it will be good. And then nangyari na. After 2 years, meron na.
Mm,
After 3 years, nandyan na siya. Yung idea is already there. It keep on selling. Okay na siya. Like, it's really good. Like, ito na lang. As simple as that. Like 10 years ago, there's no canned tuna that is fully flavored. Century tuna
mm,
flavored. And then
mm.
and my sister and I discussing, siguro 'to in the next magkakaroon ng Century Tuna adobo flavor, Century Tuna machado flavor. And true enough, yung
Mm.
5-5 tuna na we're not like product displacement. I'm just sharing it. Na
Yeah.
these products bigla nagkaroon ng different flavors na for the masses.
Oh.
So it's like, you're adapting to the so it's the same thing in others like technologies, from the big USBs to the small USBs. It's innovation, but it gives you adaptation as well. But you also raise ideas in terms of how we can help our country, just being the voice
Mm.
of it. So
Yeah.
parang I want I there's a child abuse hotline right now na share. It's already been uh provided, it's been published, PR, na lahat ng news outlets nandiyan na. But, we want to be one of the platforms to continue in sharing it na parang
Yes.
uh, um, to give that we already have, meron tayong hotline dito na please remind if you are maybe this one episode could help this person na probably nakikinig sa atin for that.
Yeah.
Uh, Not just yan, pwedeng mental health, pwedeng innovation. Bakit natatakot yung mga Filipinos to open startups from scratch? Paano, how, and then we could invite hopefully those connections from our friends, from our colleagues, invite another person na nagawa yung situation that I just said na yung para from wala, from nothing to something.
Yes.
Paano niya
Yes.
nangyari yun? Uh, Even I, parang okay, hands down, like, you're really good. So, parang, kung kaya niya, kaya din ng iba. So, I hope we could uh, give that message.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Siguro last, isa pa, uh, nakikita ko is, as we go along with this, and I hope we get lots of episodes from it, we will continue because it's really catching up with everybody, and we keep on sending information. I hope it will be very helpful uh, to everyone, those listening here, especially our fellow Filipinos dito, mga
Hmm.
listeners natin, both in US and in Manila, uh, na we are, Arvin and I, are talking to each other uh, to close that gap, even though we're far away. Yun, I think everyone has the same situation with that na whether it's family, friends, uh,
Yes.
they're trying to catch up. Uh, Probably Arvin will share experiences that every Filipino Americans that lives in the United States naranasan nila yun. And probably they're not just mentioning it to their families, to their friends. So I hope pati sa akin naman dito, may na may ma-share tayo na that they're currently experiencing, and I hope we could help them as well. In terms of staying put, staying on course. We're not successful in a sense na parang Mark Zuckerberg,
Yeah.
Henry C tayo, ganyan. But at the same time, we could share that that even if I could do at this level with that, I wanted to push it further.
Hmm.
Kaya din ng fellow friends and sa mga nakikinig sa podcast na 'to.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yung when you were talking, I was reminded of a saying that I always hear from people about a rising tide raises all boats. Parang uh, I know tayong dalawa we're still figuring out our careers and how we can make a difference. And we hope that this podcast is that, di ba? Na
Yes.
maangat lahat ng mga kasama natin. And I find joy in seeing that our friends and people around us succeed. And then hopefully mawala yung crab mentality na laging
Yes.
tinuturo sa Pilipinas, di ba? Na I hope that that's not what we're known for. I hope that we become known for raising each other up, and then lahat will succeed. So,
Yes. I hope ma-change natin yung there's a certain listeners na nakikinig sa atin na rather than pulling people down, we keep on like sabay-sabay natin to i-push forward. Uh, it's not but I don't want people in the Philippines asking na uh bakit buti pa sa Amerika, buti pa sa Amerika.
yeah.
Uh, na kaysa naman like dito pa lang, let's start doing, and that's why okay, if we invited someone very successful, yes, it's okay. But if we happen like our friends, colleagues nga na really succeeded on their fields, uh if she's a great accountant, wow, 'di ba parang then kaya niya, kaya din ng isa pa ng iba pang tao na nag-a-achieve ng gusto niyang mangyari. Kasi hindi naman
Yes.
there's always success is always pa-mention na parang, "Oh, Henry Sito," but it's yung contentment, no? Like if you're contented na doon and you're okay with it, yun na yung success sa'yo, eh. So ano
Yeah.
yung next mo na goal na you feel like you can be successful out of it? So, and I really hope na we go for a thousand episodes with this afterwards.
Yes.
Uh, I I hope I could manage as we improve as we go along. I think it's
Yes.
better. It will be better. How we converse because I'm new to this one. Arvin is also new to this one. Uh, makikita din ng listeners natin na yung improvements natin as we go along. So I hope magawa magkaroon tayo ng listeners that makita yung changes na yun. So we thank for them for that. So from this part, ano yung last thoughts mo as we end this episode for the introduction part of our podcast?
I think last thoughts for me is that it's a blessing to be able to do this. Like it's a privilege to do this podcast with you. Uh, again, we're calling from two different continents. I think for Sean, it's what time right now? 11:50 at night. And it's about 9 o'clock my time. So it's just a privilege that we have jobs that allow us the flexibility to be able to do this, and just the enthusiasm for you to talk as well. So excited to bring on more guests, get to see our friends, and then learn.
Yes. I think on my end, I'm really excited with this. I um I think a few weeks ago when I mentioned this, um, parang I thought you're gonna decline with this, like you will decline. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone's busy. I'm
yeah,
also busy, but if there's another person that's willing to do it, why not? Why
yeah.
not? And it happened na ikaw pa. So when I just introduced you this idea, like okay, I'm good. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's start from really from nothing, and then we hope we could do something about this podcast and make it, we make it something moving forward. And
Yes.
siguro another thing na I could ha, say before we end this is, uh, this is not just like our friendship. No, it's also I think a parang I hope we could mirror something on others like Filipino communities, Filipinos in abroad, not just in
Hmm.
US, in abroad.
Yeah,
And I hope we do something na we start something na probably may gumawa din for others na could do the same thing, because ideas is always a replication from another thing. So if we inspire someone, gawin to in other fields. Maybe it's a different topics or different genre and make more podcasts available and make more sharing insights. Ito, like, sharing to, uh,
yeah.
making available and ang dami namang nakikinig, listeners from everywhere. Uh, I hope they'll gonna be interested with this. And I'm really excited with this, Arvin. So I hope we're we're hope na we could produce good contents moving forward.
Yes. Yeah. Well, then I think we can end it there for the introduction. Uh, and yeah, I think we'll end it there. Cali Manila podcast. Recuerdos
Cali,
and
Manila.
chisme. Yeah.
Yeah. Cali, Manila Chronicles, Chismis
Chronicles.
at Recuerdos, the podcast. Yun.
Yun. Okay.
See you on the next episode.